Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a hot minute since I put up an interview, but well, life has gotten busy, and I've been working hard on the next book that you guys should hopefully be hearing more about soon. But today I've got a special interview for you. I'm going to be chatting with author Michael Parks
That's me.
about you might know him because we've had a conversation before on my other channel. But today we're going to be talking about St. Lawrence Writers Festival, um, which is held in Brockville, Ontario, Canada. Michael, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit for those who may not know you?
So I'm Michael Parks, and I'm a multi-genre author. Obviously, I live in Brockville, Ontario, and I like to be involved with that community. So while I do have Cheryl, that's like tragic comedy, thriller, suspense, mystery type thing, heavy on the tragic comedy part. That's my first book. And then there's also Gnomes and Knights, which is more like rhyming fantasy, great for kids, super cute. I love that one. Um, and then there's a variety of short stories I've also written. I also have like an active blog, things like that. But today we are focusing on the St. Lawrence Writers Festival, which I'm really happy to be on the board of. And basically, it's a now annual literary festival held in my hometown. And our first run last year went amazing. Hundreds of people came out. We had a lot of famous Canadian authors there. It was really well done, and it went super well. So now it's annual, and that's exciting for a town like Brockville because we're kind of small, and we do want to be a literary and arts hub. So I found myself on the board when they incorporated. So we can also give tax receipts for anyone who wants to donate. And yeah, just the sheer number of people that came through, like both authors and like local authors, like more out of town slash famous authors. We have Wayne Johnston and Terry Fallis are coming back. We have Hollay Ghadery, who actually she has an interview on my blog going up March. She's a publicist. She's a poet laureate. She's also just like a poet.
Wow.
But yeah, poet laureate. Like we got some fun people. Um, we had Gary Barwin last year, Stuart Ross. They're both like Canadian poets. Um, we actually had Lindemann Barkley come the first time, and he's like big, so it's like
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Um, and then this year we do have Wayne Johnston returning and Terry Fallis. They will be in another conversation with Carley, who's another board member and a local author. So yeah, it's shaping up to be a great festival.
It sounds like it. For being such a small-ish, basically, town, you
Yeah,
guys sure are bringing some big names and some big numbers
I
to the
think
festival.
it's Rod's connections, or it might be because like we can pay their appearance fee. I don't know.
I mean, that could be honestly. In either way, it does well for you guys because you're
Yeah,
bringing in people that want to see them that may not get the opportunity to otherwise interact with them and maybe get a book signed or hear them recite some poetry or verse from the book.
hmm
Um, I know you said that this was the second you've now just officially made it annual. Was there a time where you guys were like, this is just going to be a one-time thing, or was it always the plan to kind of, hey, we need to do this every year?
I only joined the committee in December, November, I think, and only got onto the board when they incorporated, I believe, also in December. So for the first one, I was a participant. Like they're just like because I'm a local author, they're like, "Hey, you want to come sell your books here?" Basically, uh, um, I'm not sure. It kind of sounds like they were just doing a test run the
Right.
first year. They have said, "Oh, we did this right. We did this incredibly well. We could have improved here. This needs to be improved on next year." So like they did like kind of a post-mortem, I'd say.
Right.
Um, but from what it sounds like, I'm not sure if they I think they were just like, "We'll give it a try." And it was a runaway success is what
Right.
the vibe I get from what they've said. Um, which obviously is great for Brockville. But yeah, I think they're like, well, we'll give it a try, and then it went so well that now it's like, okay, well, clearly we're gonna make this annual now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that has to bring in some great tourism for Brockville. Honestly, if
yeah,
you've got people coming and they're like, "Oh, we're going to go to this festival. Let's stay an extra day and see what else we can find. What kind of shops we can see. What kind of sites there are."
yeah,
Um,
because it is a cute little town. Like, um, we're like the biggest in like I don't know, maybe like half an hour or so radius. I mean, between Kingston, Cornwall, and Ottawa, this is basically one of the larger ones, barring maybe Kempville. But It's a cute area. I mean, like the buildings are historic, and then we do have the railway tunnel. I think it's
Oh,
Canada's first.
okay.
Yeah, if you've never been in, it's really cool. It's like they redid it. It used to just be like barred and dark. When I was a kid, like you could just look and it's like just rusty bars. But no, it's kind of like walking through a cave ish. The ground is like marble or like concrete. You know, when it's like
Oh,
shiny laminate.
yeah.
It's like laminate, stone, concrete, something like that. It's gray and it's like, yeah. And then it has like lighting on the sides of it. And then it's like a tunnel, but it's kind of like cave-ish, where it's like sometimes there's like little mini stalactites or like dripping water. I don't know. It's super cool. It's cute.
That sounds awesome. I love those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Um, we have a here in a town called Makokata.
Mhm.
They have a cave system where you can go in and you can crawl through and you can walk through. And I love that stuff. It's so cool to kind of see
Yeah.
how things form from like underneath,
Mhm.
and kind of just see how things break down. Um, what are some of the events and genres you guys are excited to showcase this year?
So this year we are going more of the romantasy route, and I believe we're also adding in children's more. Um, so I have it right here.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not going to say the authors that may come. I'm only going to say the authors that are coming. Yeah, I sent you the document too. If they're
Yeah.
in bold, they're confirmed.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to give false information.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so we have Wabgishig Rice on Thursday. So this time it's running from Thursday the 10th, Friday the 11th, and Saturday the 12th. Last year, I believe it was the 5th, 6th, and 7th, which was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, basically we found that due to Brockville's population leaning retired, that it was much more beneficial for everyone involved if it's kind of like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then like the authors who come in from out of town get Sunday off, you know, like everyone can rest on Sunday type thing, because
Right.
a lot of people, myself included, were kind of like really tired by Sunday. Um, so that was one of the things where like, oh, like we did this great, we did this. So one of the things they wanted to improve on was kind of like shifting it back so like people could actually have a rest day type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah.
Because honestly, that would get kind of, I don't want to say monotonous, but kind of just, you're go, 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 go.
Because like some of them were there to like, I think Ali Hassan had a stand up thing in the evening of Saturday.
Right.
I think people were there past midnight or something. So like, I think it was just like the committee was there past midnight. I think all the other people had cleared out, but I knew it was kind of like very tiring for some of them. So yeah, hopefully we can have it not like that.
Right. And I think too that will give the authors that are maybe coming that are newer, to give
Yeah,
them a chance to kind of look around and actually take time to soak things in
yeah,
and
for
eat at
sure.
some
Because
places and kind of.
I think we put them up in tall ships last year,
Mm.
and I know we're putting them up in tall ships this year if we can. And that is like a luxury condo high rise.
Oh,
It's downtown. It has an aquarium, which is fun.
wow.
It's like an aquarium but more interactive.
Ooh,
I
okay.
fed the otters. It was fun. But yeah, so we're starting Thursday this year, and we have the opening ceremony around 6:30. And then Wabgishig Rice is I want to say Abishanabi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, an Abishanabi. Yeah, an indigenous writer
Okay. Okay.
from, I think, yeah, it says Sudbury here. So he's from Sudbury, which is like another town about four-ish. I think
Is
it's
that
four-ish hours.
still,
Um,
that's still Ontario, right?
yeah, Sudbury, Ontario. So he is our opener, it looks like. So he's in conversation with Rod Carley, so a local author and board member. And then we got Terry Fallis coming back and Wayne Johnston coming back, both from Toronto, also in conversation with Rod Carley. So that's our little opener there. Looks like the 11th, we got local author events in the. Oh, that's TBD. Okay, so we'll skip that. So yeah, so 12 to 3 on the Saturday there. No, sorry, 12 to 3 on the Friday. Friday, September 11th. There's YA and children's events. So we've confirmed that there will be Ken Carter, and he will be maybe talking about. Oh no, it just says author of the recently published novel Boys and Girls Screaming, and the forthcoming MG novel Is There a Boy Like Me? He's born in Trinidad and lives in Toronto. So it's nice to get some Trinidadian authors in there. I'm a quarter Trinidad too. It feels like no one's ever from Trinidad. I can't think of anyone for like Nicki Minaj, I think, and then like I don't know the other ones. So
very
it's nice
few.
to get some diversity in there. Yeah, okay. And then 6 to 7 on Friday. They call it the 4-H Club. But right now it's the 3-H Club because we have not confirmed the fourth one. So it's Heidi Reimer, Heidi von Pulaski. Heidi von Pulaski, I Googled. She's really big. She's like actor, author, I think something else. I don't know. But it's like, oh, hello. So it's nice to have that. Heidi Reimer, I believe we had last year. I think she was a poet. I remember there being a Heidi. And then Hollay Ghadery, as we know, is the publicist, poet laureate, poet, and also we'll have an interview go up on my blog in March.
Right.
And then this will be moderated by Emily Weedon, who I believe wrote, what's it called? Is it Hemo? I'll just Google it. It's Hemo. Emily Weedon. I think it's called Homo Sapiens or yeah, Homo Sapiens. So she wrote Homo Sapiens in 2025. I remember that was big. So when she was at the festival prior, like in 2025, she had like, those like big banners. She had like the banners. She had the everything for Homo Sapiens because I guess it was just published.
Right.
And I remember she was beside Jean Forrest. So Jean Forrest is a local author. She wrote The Princess and the Peach. It's a pen name. I see why she used a pen name because she has a family and, people are weird.
Right.
So beside her was Emily. So we talked a lot. And Emily also wrote Autocratar. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Autocratar. I don't know. Anyway, Autocratar. I don't know. I think she said that was something about, I should know this. I think it's like, something with like tyranny and oppression. I don't know if it was like Roman inspired or if an autocratar is like a Roman form of dictator.
It sounds
a Greek epithet applied to an individual who is unrestrained by superiors. It was something to do with Rome, I think. I'm pretty sure it was historical in some way.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And then Emily also brought with her Willem Wennekers, and he co-wrote Forget About It, which is like an incredibly popular Canadian animated TV show.
Yep.
And it was like, no way you're here. Like, it was so cool.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no way. A co-writer of Forget About It is here. So that's another thing worth mentioning with the festival. We're not just books. There are filmmakers, there are reporters, there are like artists of all. Like it's mostly literary, but it's not just literary.
Right.
So it's a great place to be if you want to network. There was a blogger named Deborah Winter, I believe was her name, and I interviewed her as well. She was there. I think it was Women's Empowerment. So she's got a great blog, and again, like all sorts. There's bloggers, there's local reporters, and like I think more famous reporters. There was someone there who was a reporter. I think he was out of town. But yeah, like there's all sorts. It's definitely worth coming. Like we have people come from hours away.
So it's just basically, you could say, a one-stop shop for everything literary and creative.
Oh yeah, like this is definitely something like I think anyone remotely creative would appreciate. And it's so inclusive as well. It's actually in the mission statement. Actually, no, it is in the mission statement. And in the marketing stuff, it's like, we want to be as inclusive as possible. We want to be a safe space for Indigenous voices. We want to be a safe space for LGBTQ plus people. We want like neurodiversity. And like a lot of the panelists are those things. Like we have neurodiverse authors on the panels last year and this year. We have Indigenous authors this year. I'm not sure about last year. But yeah, it's like we want to be as welcoming as possible. We want to represent as many people as possible, which like, yeah, because sometimes that can be a buzzword, and I appreciate, and like, yes, that can be a buzzword. We're inclusive, but it is and it isn't, because when you're in a creative space, right, you actually want everyone to be feeling included in such. Like
Right.
I would say it's mandatory, you know. In
Yeah.
creative spaces, it's easier for people to be like, they feel outcast, so they begin writing. They feel outcast, so they start drawing or something. And it's like they feel that way. They might not necessarily be that way, but it's important to be like, you know, we support everyone. We're here for everyone because again, it is a public event. We do we do want everyone to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just you're trying to make one big community where everybody alike can just come together and have a good time and maybe meet some new folks to connect with and
Mhm.
find something new to read or watch or
And it
things like
really
that.
is that way. I mean, it's awesome. There were local authors that breezed through, like Jenny Mouse came through. I think it rained on her event at River West Co., which I believe is also a sponsor of this festival. So shout outs to them. Yeah, she breezed by, bought a copy of Gnomes and Knights for her kids. She's a local author who writes, I think it's I think it's neuroscience for kids.
That's interesting.
I think she says they're used as university reference. She said it's pretty niche, but she says they are used at Queen's University in Kingston.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess one of her kids had a question and she couldn't really find literature on it, so she just wrote it herself. It's like, yeah, cool.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's just what you got to do.
Yeah, so she's a local kids author. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. There was some talk of maybe bringing her along this year.
Let's hope.
We'll see how that pans out. And okay, so we have also Donna Morrissey, who I believe is another rather famous Canadian author, right?
I know the name, but I don't know how
Yeah,
big because I've never.
she's in here, I think, again. So yeah, we also have Donna Morrissey. So she's coming from Newfoundland, looks like. Oh yeah, Wayne Johnston was from Newfoundland. He had like a whole section about mummers last year. It's cool. They're like, what is it? They're like, I want to say Christmas tricksters. Let me just Google this.
Those are always interesting when people can bring those two things together because you always hear about like the positive Christmas or the only other thing you hear that's like negative Christmas is like Krampus.
Yeah.
You know, you've got those. I don't know if anybody has seen those movies, but there's a couple of those. So it's nice to have like another little thing to go into and kind of read and watch other than the normal.
Definitely, yeah. Because I think mummers are Irish. I want to say Irish. Newfoundland is really Irish, right?
Yeah, from what I remember, yeah.
So I think it's an Irish tradition that was imported when settlers came, type of thing. I did Google it. It looks way too complicated. I don't want to give false information, but
Right.
yeah, there's a big panel about mummers, or a big part of the panel was about mummers. It's just like, okay, this is interesting. I've never heard of these.
Right. Yeah.
So that was fun.
Definitely. It's definitely if you guys have never heard of those, I would definitely take the time to look it up because it is definitely really interesting and really fun to read
you
about.
can just fall down a rabbit hole.
100%.
And then so on Saturday we have lunches provided, and then we also have poetry in the lower level of the Art Center. So Carolyn Vandermeer is confirmed from Montreal. She will be there. There are two other poets that are as of yet unconfirmed. And then moderated by Lois Lorimer, who I believe is a local poet. Pretty sure local.
Okay.
I know Lois bought a copy of Gnomes and Knights last year, so shout out to Lois. She has great taste. And then obviously the headliner is 10 to 11 a.m. There's Romantasy. So we confirmed have Shade Lapete, who wrote The Goddess Crown. She's coming in from Toronto. We also have H. Leighton Dixon, who wrote Ship of Spells. And I believe that was published by Red Tower Books, it looks like. And she's coming in from Thunder Bay. And that'll be moderated by Ron Zajac, I believe a local reporter and also an SLWF committee member.
Okay.
Yeah. And then... Oh, okay. So this is fun. We have From Manuscript to Marketplace getting published in Canada. So I believe last year we did have an editor come in. It says literary. It's like Writers Festival. It's more like for readers. There are things for writers as well, both aspiring and established. So it looks like Patricia Westerhoff of Toronto might be involved with that. That would be really fun.
That's pretty cool.
I know there was an editor last time. I believe he's returning. I don't see him having a panel in here yet, though. But I know there was one. Because again, it's for readers, it's for writers, it's for kind of everyone.
That's good. That's the good thing though, because a lot of the festivals, and I'm not knocking any of them,
Yeah.
but a lot of them you see are just, hey, we're selling our books, we're having some authors read some panels, we're having some authors answer some questions. But when you have, you know, for aspiring writers, tips and tricks, when you have all these other
Mhm.
things to kind of be like, hey, we want you to learn, we want you to grow. Here's some resources. That's what the community is for.
Yeah, definitely. Like we want to support every author and every part of their journey. It does say that in I think the marketing plan as well. It's where for emerging authors like Jean Forrest, she had just published like I think 8 months prior. It was her first book.
Right.
We want authors who are mid-career, maybe your Emily Weedons who have I think Autocratar was 2024 and Hemophiliacs was 2025. She's doing pretty good considering. She seems pretty well established, but like authors who have been around for like a couple years type thing.
Right.
Not like knocking her, just saying like she's still relatively recent. And then more established authors, obviously like Wayne Johnston, and like they've been writing for decades. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's nice to have a mix too, because then the people who have been around for a longer period of time can kind of answer some questions and give some
Mhm.
advice and kind of be like, hey, you might want to avoid this, but steer more towards this kind of thing.
Yeah, there's really something for everyone. And although, okay, admittedly, our attendance last year, they suck. At the meeting, they said 75% seniors. It was way more than that. But we did have younger people. We had Sophie show up. There was me, and I believe there's a teenager.
Right.
So there were younger people, and not everyone was necessarily a senior. I think it depends where you put the cutoff. It was
Right.
mostly older, but we are trying to get like younger people this year. Um, we're definitely doing a great job, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I think too, the longer it goes on, the more
Mhm.
the name gets out there and what your mission is and what you're doing, the more younger people will want to come check it out, because when you have more content that relates to them and more things that they could use, and you're giving them something to show up for,
Yeah,
then you will start to see that diverse crowd.
because there's definitely plenty for younger people as well. It's
Right.
kind of on us. A lot of the advertising was in retirement homes, so so if anything, we're just actually really great at getting people to come in because where we were advertising, we did pull a crowd. So
Hey, you
yeah,
start with what you know and what works.
yeah. But all
um,
ages are welcome, and yeah, everyone had a great time. The authors, the attendees, yeah. So yeah, after from manuscript to marketplace, we also got historical fiction, so that's fun. We have Giles Blunt, who wrote Bad Juliet. He's coming in from Toronto, and again Donna Morrissey, who wrote Rage the Ice, and she's from Halifax/Newfoundland. And then 3 as of yet confirmed, and that will be moderated by Randall Perry. That name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure why. And then, yeah, we got contemporary fiction 4 to 5. So that's Russell Smith and Catherine Bush. So Russell wrote Self Care. He's from Toronto. And Catherine Bush wrote Skin. She's from Toronto as well. And then moderated by Heidi von Pulaski. So that'll be fun because Heidi was the actress, the author. She's pretty
okay.
famous. Like I Googled her and I was like, oh, hello. Yeah.
We got royalty.
And then I guess she's our Linwood this year. Yeah, and then there's a basically 2 hour dinner break. It's not provided, it's just for people to explore the city. There's a
Right.
lot of restaurants nearby because the arts hub is situated basically to the side of the downtown core. So there's plenty to do down there. Yeah, everyone attending will have a lot of fun. Just going
That sounds
exploring.
like it.
Yeah.
Also, I just love like smaller communities and more
Mhm.
historic communities, because that, to me, it gives you more to explore when you can kind of unearth the history. And for me personally, I just love the older architectures. Like that's just,
Oh
I
yeah.
geek out over that.
We got some like 1800s buildings down there. It's really nice.
It's just they don't make it
Yeah.
like they used to anymore. They just they don't.
Yeah, the stonework
um,
downtown is something. And then from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., we have the Love Boat Cruise. So again, we're really going all in on Romantasy. We know it's what everyone's reading. We know it's what everyone likes. And like,
right,
you know, we want to represent that. We want to cater to that. So that's the Thousand Islands and Seaway Cruises. And that's down on Blockhouse Island.
okay,
So actually, right near the railway station, sorry, Canada's first railway tunnel. It's no longer a station. It's basically just a tunnel now, but
yeah,
it's right there. Like railway tunnel is like attached to the blockhouse. Like blockhouse is a peninsula.
right,
So that's hosted by Amy Jones. Carrie Clare, who wrote Definitely Thriving, and she's from Toronto, will also be there. Farah Heron, who wrote Jaina Goes Wild. Ooh, sounds fun. She's from Toronto. She'll be there. Lily Chu, also of Toronto. And Maggie North of, not Toronto this time, it's actually Ottawa. And then there will be food and refreshments on the cruise. And optional, participants can take Harlequin book covers with bodybuilder Owen Tyo prior to the cruise in the customs office by the cruise boat. So if you want, you can take shirtless pics with a bodybuilder, basically.
Well, there you go. You've got your romance all in one.
Yeah.
It's a one-stop shop.
So Owen generously offered, I believe. Or he was, I think Owen offered, or it was brought to his attention. I don't know. So Owen is, Rene Tyo is a local author. He's also on the committee. Owen Tyo is his son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But I mean, also, it rolls into the whole romance category because almost all the covers and everything else, that's what you've got. So, I mean, really, it fits.
And when it's bodybuilder, I mean, like, yeah, huge. He looks like he'd be on the cover of one. So it's like, yeah, come get your photo taken with Owen.
There you go. Maybe someday he will be. Who knows? Let's see. Where and how can people support the festival for those that would like to?
So this is important for us, is we are a nonprofit. We are an annual event, and we do have some municipal funding. Keyword is some. So a lot of people will think, oh, a nonprofit is government funded. They have infinite money. We do not have infinite money. So I think, I don't want to give our budget away. So basically, we are looking for sponsors. We do have a sponsorship package. I believe it's Friends of the Festival, then bronze, silver, and gold, respectively. I believe Friends is 75 to 200 or 250. Bronze is 500, silver is 1500, and gold is 2500. And if you're a local business, or if you're a local-ish business from like maybe a couple hours away and you want to donate, that'd be a great benefit to you because we do offer a lot of benefits. I think I have the package here somewhere. Yeah, so for bronze, I believe it's, what do we say? It's your logo. I think for gold and silver, you can set up kiosks. Is that right?
That sounds like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So friend of the festival, supporters at this level contribute whatever they feel inspired to give. So 75 to 250. And then the benefits are you get your name listed on our website under Friends of the Festival and the acknowledgement and festival program and friends poster at the event. So I will say last festival, we had like posters, like massive banners for the headliner event. So conversations with Rod Carley, conversations with anything happening on that stage upstairs, which was pretty much all the events, most of the events.
Right.
Your name will be up there. Your business's name will be up there. Sequence was up there. Dennis Stein is another author on the committee. His name was up there because he gave a very generous donation. Every business that supported, every person who supported it, it goes up there. So even if you just want to give a little bit, it's of benefit to you and your business. If you're an author, creative, local businesses mostly, but yeah. So you can get your name up there. Bronze sponsor, it's your name and logo on the festival website with link to your business, recognition on Facebook sponsor posts, inclusion on printed festival materials, verbal acknowledgement at festival events, and you get 2 complimentary tickets. And then silver and gold is much the same. Silver is logo placement on the festival website with a link to your business, dedicated thank you post on Facebook, prominent placement on printed materials, verbal acknowledgement throughout the festival weekend, and ability to display promotional materials at one festival venue for complimentary tickets. And then gold sponsor is like all in. If you're a local business, you know, if you're a local business with physical products that are literary adjacent, I want to say if you're selling like fancy coffees, bookmarks, you know, like maybe you have an Etsy shop, I feel like this would fit. Premier logo placement on festival website and digital materials with a link to your business, featured sponsor spotlight on Facebook and in our newsletter, top tier placement on all printed materials, that's the program, the signage, the posters, all of it. Verbal recognition at the opening and closing events, opportunity to introduce a featured author or session. So if you want to be a bigger part of the festival, you can.
Okay.
And then space for a promotional booth or display during the festival. So again, if you have physical products, that's maybe a really great idea.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, the rest in here is just kind of how to give. So I would say for most people, it's probably easiest just to give through the website. I feel like that would be the most accessible. That's the easiest,
Okay.
because the other ones are like, give us your credit card information, or like mail a check to Catherine's house, So it's like, well, for most people, you're probably better off just using the website.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, there are multiple ways to give. I would say the most accessible for everyone who is maybe non-local would definitely be the website.
Right.
Yeah.
Because also, it's just because we were talking about it beforehand.
Mhm.
It's like even if you're not coming to the festival, but you still want to support the arts and creative community, uh, donate. They could
Yeah.
definitely use the help.
Especially if you're Canadian, because again, we're a registered nonprofit. We
You
can
get
give
that
you a tax receipt.
tax. I
Like,
would say tax break, tax receipt.
yeah. And I don't want to mislead anyone. You can't donate away your taxes, basically. Like, you can't just give unlimited and now you don't pay taxes. I think the limit's 75% of it earned income. And it's still worth it, though, really.
Right.
It's basically like you did something good, you get a break off your taxes type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always worth it just to give. Like, it is.
Also, you're helping the community grow because it's going to allow the festival to put on a bigger and better show, to come
Mhm.
back for another year, and feature some more amazing authors and some more events, and kind of bring light to some more interesting people that may not otherwise have a bigger spotlight.
Yeah. And again, this festival is a really great way for small authors to get seen, like Jean Forrest, for emerging authors who are like pretty well established, but they've only been out for a year or two, and then very big authors. So it's great for everyone involved,
Right.
for every author involved. And then for everyone who comes, it's like everyone had a great time. Like, it was a really successful festival. So it's like, it's well worth funding. And we would like to have more funding, obviously. So anyone who wants to give, it's more than appreciated. And it's a great way to be a part of something, bigger, without
Right.
necessarily having to overextend yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why the Friends of the Festival is a great package to have,
Mhm.
because it allows the everyday normal person who may not have a ton of disposable income to be able to
Yeah.
help support the mission.
Because that too, if you can only give like 50, that's still 50 more dollars than we would have had. Like, it's really important to like give what you can if you want to, type thing. Because like a handful of donations that are like 25 to 50 still stacks up when
Right.
it's like dozens of that, right? Because like we don't really necessarily need hundreds of thousands of dollars. We just need like, I don't know. It's like it's a doable
Decent
amount.
number. Well,
But
I mean,
yeah,
also,
so
too, I would tell people, if you have a YouTube channel or you have a semi following on social media, get in touch, see if you maybe can't put up some promotional posts or help
yeah, like
um,
we would love that.
spread the word a little bit.
If
Because
anyone wants to help us
anything,
spread the word, they can always reach out. Yeah.
exactly, anything helps when it comes to putting on these kinds of things.
Mhm.
Where can people keep up with festival announcements and everything that's new?
So as of right now, we do have the website, which is not. We will be updating the website, and then best place is probably our email newsletter, or we also have a Facebook page. So the St. Lawrence Writers Festival, I think that's what it's called on Facebook.
Yes.
So great place to be. Lots of stuff on there. We do post some stuff, but again, newsletter, I would say probably newsletter actually. And then the Facebook page is also there.
Most informative. All right. Well, Michael, thank you for asking me to help out with this. I really appreciate it. I was
Mhm.
happy to help support the festival and some other writers, and of course,
Yeah.
you know, a friend when they ask for it. Is there anything you'd like to share before we end off here?
Not necessarily. I would say it's just going to be, it's going to be another great festival. And now that it's annual, it's going to be great that this is going to keep happening.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, all the links to the festival and Michael's socials will be linked in the description of the video. I encourage you to go check those out. And thanks so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah.